So you're looking to retire. Perhaps you've got a few more years to go, or maybe you've already retired and you were excited about it. I wanted to take this time to speak with you a little bit about the whole concept of retiring. And I like to stop and think about the entertainers, let's say, the singers and the movie stars out there, or the authors out there. Have you ever wondered why is it that many of them work until they die? And one of my favorites, well, I've got a number of them, but one of them happens to be Betty White, who's 99 years old this year. And she still goes for walks and she reads scripts. And just, I think, 2 years ago on one of, I think, was the SNL show or one of the shows, she had an opportunity to kiss uh, a young fella. And I am just amazed at how, these individuals can keep on working in something that they love. George Burns, he was on stage in his 90s telling jokes. So many movie stars are still in the business and they stay and keep taking on roles until they die. We've got singers in their 90s and 80s who keep on singing, until they're unable to do that. And it's not for the lack of money. For many of them, it's not for the lack of money. They've got that in abundance. And that brings me back to, my mind is going as I'm speaking because I'm thinking about the Maslow hierarchy of needs. And that's one of my favorite grounding point, because if you've got all the basics, then everything else you can focus on. And so I guess perhaps for those entertainers who've got no monetary concerns, they're able to do that. But why is it that for the lesser, affluent individuals out there, we cannot wait to retire? We look forward to retiring. And I think, unfortunately, part of that stems in the fact that many of us are not able to work in the fields that we love, that makes our heart sings. And that's unfortunately a huge shame, because just imagine living a life of drudgery, right? You get up and you go to this place, this job, and you count the minutes and the hours, and you can't wait for weekend and TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And this is how many of us live our lives. This is, to me, one of the saddest things. And don't get me wrong, I've been there. And sometimes the weeks are long, the days are long. But it is important for us to, my desire is to encourage more of you to seek a work, a focus that fulfills us. And so for myself, what I'm doing here, speaking into your lives, this brings me joy. This brings me so much joy, because encouraging and motivating and seeing individuals move from point A to point B is where my heart lies. I love being able to encourage and get people thinking and moving, because life is so precious. And to live each day just looking for that ending when you can sit and do nothing. And there are two things about this, because many of us, number one, we say, well, I can't wait until I retire and then I will travel and I will maybe take a course or learn a language or an instrument, right? but tomorrow is promised to no one. And there's a lovely song that says, tomorrow, who promise you tomorrow? Better seek the Lord today, for tomorrow very well might be too late. And how true. Tomorrow is not promised to anybody. So if we're putting off tomorrow for that trip, or to then start going to church, or to then, connect with loved ones, then you'll spend more time with your family. This is the time. Today is the time. So that's one, the putting off until the retirement, right? And then the other is, I'm curious. I know some of you have discovered, if you're already retired, or perhaps you've got friends who, retired way before you. Um, unfortunately, unfortunately, in later years, I've been able to hear individuals speak about the longing to be back at work. Many seniors in their latter years wish they could be working once more. Why? Because it gives us a life of purpose. It gives us a sense of something to do. And if you love your work, even a smidgen, then you will know that if you were off of work for a length of time for illness or anything like that, your sense of getting up and having a place to go and something to do starts to nag at you, and you want to have that rhythm of thing to do, right? And so how important it is for us to stop and think when we're looking forward to that retirement. It is not all that it's cracked up to be. So I would love for you to, if you're not in that position right now where you're joyful about going to that place of work, seek out now what is it that I can be doing right now? What can I spend my time doing that will fulfill me outside of that place of work, right? Because we all need to live, and hence we need money. So if you're not in your place of passion, then all right, you're looking after your family and you're going to work. But then after work, that's your time. That is your time. So what are you doing with it, right? Are you just sitting and watching TV all day, playing games? I mean, many adults play games on their phones, and that's okay. It works the brains a little bit. But then how far will that take you, right? Because the seconds, the minutes, the hours, the days, these are what makes up our life, the days of our lives, right? How important, how important. I cannot stress this enough. This is Ayesha Motivates. You can reach me at ayeshamotivates@gmail.com. I would love to be able to speak with you and have a discovery call. Let's find out if there's anything at all that I can do to help guide you. Sometimes all it is for us to have someone to listen to us, for us to speak, because in speaking, we can hear it and it registers. It's like praying. God already knows what's in your heart and what you're going to say. But is it not interesting that He wants us to say it? It's more than us just saying it to Him, because He already knows. But He wants us to bring it up out of us, right? To speak it. And so if you're looking for someone to be able to be a sounding board, or to guide you, or just, to help fill in the gap, Ayesha Motivates. You can reach me by email. And I just want to help you to know that today is the start of your retirement years. This is what leads us there. And later on, should we be so privileged to still be alive, then these days are what we will have as memory. So live it fully, and don't look just to retire, but to retire with a purpose and a goal, and start working on it today. And that will feed into your everyday's, your everyday work days that perhaps is not giving you that, 99, 100%, 90% fulfillment. Ayesha Motivates. Have a fantastic day, and don't be so quick to retire. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. Take care. Bye bye.